there here. So I measure from the wall.
If you look at what I've bent, so that's straight, you can see there, it's about... This one means heating's on, as long as the thermostat's holding the heat. This is the heating constantly off.
Assalamu alaikum, Gidda to the farmers, and hello to everybody else. Thanks for tuning in for another video of Plumbing and Heating Life 4. Before we start, guys, please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. If you're new, like, comment and all of that. I always try my best to get back to everybody. And just to let you guys know as well, I don't post on here as much now. You probably realised I used to post once a week. Now I post probably once a month. If you want more active content, then head over to my TikTok. Yeah, you guessed it, I am on TikTok. I just thought I'd try it out. It's a new platform, it's a new thing. I like doing all these videos and stuff like that, as you guys know. TikTok's a bit easier. You see, I can make a video really fast and then just upload it. And yeah, so I'm getting quite a good following on TikTok as well. So if you want content daily, then just follow me on TikTok if you can, guys. Some of you guys may have found this video off TikTok, so if you're from there, vice versa, thanks for following me on TikTok. I'm on all the social media platforms, so I'm on Instagram, Facebook and all of that. If you guys ain't on social media, say if you're struggling for work and stuff like that, and you haven't got a lot of work, because I know a lot of guys come out with, yeah, I'm stacked and stuff like that at work, and really they haven't got that much work. I'm not on Checker Trade, I'm not on Trust the Trader, I'm not on any of them type of sites, yeah. I literally just do word of mouth and social media. My advice to you guys is use social media. It's free, and I get jobs all over. I get a lot of jobs out of Coventry. People pulling me away and saying, "Come on, can you come over to Wales, Scotland, Peterborough?" I don't go to these jobs anyway. I work mainly in the Coventry area, but this is just a bit of advice for you guys. If you guys want more work, use social media to advantage. Use Facebook, is really good. Instagram's okay as well, but I think Instagram's better for like tradesman talk and stuff like that. I think it's better for tradesman to tradesman networking. And then TikTok is quite good as well. Believe it or not, I got a boiler installation job from TikTok, believe it or not. One of my videos went viral, if you want to call it that. I got 750k views. And a lady wanted a boiler. She clicked on my profile, realised I was in Cov, and yeah, I got a new boiler off that. Facebook is really good because you can do social media marketing and stuff like that. Anyway, I'm just rambling on about that, I don't know why. If you guys want a video on how to get more work and stuff like that, then let me know. I'll make a complete different video about it. Let's just get back to this video which we're on now. In this video, I believe there's 3 different clips. In no particular order. The clips are, so there's a 100-litre unvented cylinder that I'm fitting. I've got 7 of them I'm fitting in a flat. So you're going to get more videos like this, maybe in the next Plumbing and Heating Life videos. And this one in particular, I was doing it, I was piping it all up, and I thought to myself, why don't I just record it? Because there was a lot of bending involved. There's a lot of bending on one copper pipe. So I think there's one length of copper. There's about six different bends. There's 90s. There's the crossovers, the passovers, whatever you call them. So one of the videos is about that, and I fucked up. So sorry about the language. So I effed up in one of the bends that I was doing. But I showed you how I got over it, because you know nowadays copper ain't cheap. It's like what, £10 a length or something like that, which is, it's gone up. So I showed you how I recycled that copper and then I reused it. Bending's one of them things. The more you do it, the better you're going to get. You've got to accept that you're going to waste a bit of copper and just get on with it. So I believe that would be the first video. The second one is a Vaillant Turbomax. Somebody, I think, left me a comment somewhere. I don't know if it was on TikTok or somewhere, asking something about Vaillant Turbomax. It's just an overview, to be fair, of a Turbomax. So when you come in front of this boiler, you might come across them a lot. They're really good boilers. And a lot of people don't know what the lights do and the buttons and stuff like that. So it's just a quick overview, like a 2-minute video. And the third video is, what was the third video? Third video is just me fitting a garden tap. So I just give you little tips and tricks. I know most of you guys know how to fit garden taps, but there's just little tips and tricks that I've found along the way that have made my life a little bit easier in fitting garden taps, like drilling a hole, measuring and marking, connecting it up. Just little tips and stuff like that. Even like, you know, what you're using, instead of using PTFE on the threads to turn it in. Just the easiest way to fit a garden tap. So yeah, they're the 3 videos. Please guys, like I said, if you enjoyed it, like. If you don't enjoy it, dislike, because I always get dislikes anyway. Subscribe to the channel and all of that. And yeah, get down to my TikTok, follow my TikTok, and yeah, support the movement. So what we're going to be doing is, this is going to be one continuous bend. So from here all the way around here, up this line here, up here, and then I'm going to try to bend it back towards us here so I can get this in like that there. So I'm just going to show you guys my method of how I do it. Yeah, so what I'm going to do, I need to know how far this is going to go in. So I just put it there here. So I measure from the wall to here, which is, let's just say that's 22.5, yeah? Let's just say 22.5. So what I do, I write on here 22.5. But basically, see this clip here, it pulls the pipe away from the wall slightly. So I'm going to know how far does that clip pull away from the wall. So it pulls, if you look, what is it, 20 mil, yeah? So that's going to be changed now to 20.5. So my first bend from here to here is going to be 20.5. It's going to be there, yeah? After it goes into that clip, it's going to go back 2 centimeters anyway. So then we move on from there, and then we put it from this wall here to my other bend line, which is here. So again, that's 31.5. You can see it there. And again, it's going to go into a clip here. So I need to take off 2 centimeters. So instead of 31.5, it's going to be 29.5. Okay? So second bend is 29.5. Now I've done that, I'm gonna have to try to cross over this one. Now crossovers is not my thing. 90s are really easy. You could do 90s all day long. Look, 90, 90. If I wanted to, I could have done 90 here. Really easy. Crossovers are a little bit harder. I think it's called a crossover or passover. But the way I'm going to do this, I'm just going to measure from the middle of this pipe to the start of this bend here, yeah? So the middle of this bend. So that's going to be 51 centimeters, yeah? So 51 is cross over, yeah? And then once I've crossed it over, I need to know, because I want to go up here and I want to do another 90 from the top here. So I go from here to the bottom of this bend, which is 71 centimeters. So I do 71 centimeters, and this is from 90. Yeah, so these are all my bends basically. That's how it's going to be. And then I've got to just remember how it's going to be. So I'm just going to draw how it is. It goes like that, and it goes back to me, and then it goes from there, and then it goes up, crossover, up, and then back to me. I know that looks weird to a lot of people, but that's just going to remind me what way it's going to go. And then I'm always going to refer back to here anyway. You'll see what I mean when I do it now. So I'm just going to use this as my guide. And then now I'm going to double check everything, because I'm not going to come back here to keep measuring. I'm just going to measure it once. So This is 22 centimeters, yeah? Take away, where have I got that from then? Yeah, so this is 22 centimeters. Probably because the elbow got pushed back. Yeah, so this is 22 centimeters, take away 2. So it's not 20.5, it's 20. So, yeah, 22 centimeters. This one is, let's check that, 31 centimeters, take away 2. Let's check that again because I've gone 0.5. Yeah, it is actually. It's 31.5. Take away 2 is 29.5. My crossover is going to be start at 50. Yeah, 50 is about right. And the central is going to be 50. And then from here to here is going to be roughly, it says 70.5. And I've gone 71, which is fine. So I'm happy with that. So I'm happy with all these measurements now. Now I'm going to show you how I bend it in my new Monument bender. When you're bending, the copper is quite long. A lot of the times I bend with 3 meter lengths. Now if I get this in a bender, it's going to go over, it's going to hit the ceilings and hit the floor, you know, the walls and stuff like that. So whenever you're bending, guys, remember to find a place. If you can, if you can't, you can't, it is what it is. But if you can, go into another room or outside, even if you can, it's better. And then start bending, it gives you that freer movement. And then what I'm going to do now, on my phone, I'm going to take a photo. If you have a look here, I'm going to take a photo right here of my bend. So then I don't have to keep coming back inside to check it all out. So we're going to go outside now and then do the bend outside. This is the bender that I'm going to use, the Monument one. You've seen it in one of my last videos. I did a review on it when I was first using it, and now I've kind of got used to it, so I'm going to show you guys how I use it. We're outside, guys, yeah? It's end of July, or June, actually it's June, yeah? It's meant to be really hot, but it's raining. Typical, eh? But anyway, let's get back to it. So if you have a look at my setup, I've got my stuff here. I've got my plasterboard thing. I've got my phone there at the top, so you can see like my setup. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to measure. My first one was 20, yeah? So I'm going to go 20. And then with this bender, you measure 5 mil back, yeah? I'm going to show you why. So 20, so I'm going to go 15 back, yeah? 15 all the way around there. So I'm still kind of getting used to this. I've not used it much, but got to get used to all that. So yeah. So if you have a look here, okay, that's wrong. So that would have been wrong. So there's the first mark here. So this is 20. Yeah. You can see that there is where my bend needs to be. So that needs to be center of the bend. So ideally that needs to be here. Yeah, so that actually needs to be here. So that would have been wrong, that 5 centimeters back that I did, yeah? Instead of going 5 centimeters, go 5 centimeters in the other direction. So you go from there, from the bend, 5 centimeters. And then, that there is in the center of that bend, right there. So right here. So if I put a copper tube in here now, that would line up to that. That's the easiest way to get the center bend, yeah? But in these, if you've got this bender, just measure 5 centimeters back and you'll be fine. So that's fine there. That's 20. Remember, measure twice, bend once. Bend that all the way around to around 90. So I usually use straight surfaces like that. Have a look if it's 90, slightly off. That's it. Give it a tweak. So that's my first 90 done. Yeah. The second bend was another 90. So I'm going to measure from here. On my chart it says 29.5. So I'm going to go from here, from this middle bit here. So I'm going to measure this center line. I'm going to get this center line here. I'm going to take it all the way to the top here and then hold it there, yeah? And I'm going here, 29.5.
which is about there. Again, just going to make sure it's right, because this needs to be bang on, because if this is wrong, then you fucked it basically. You can't do anything about middle bends. You can't do nothing in the middle bends. Like if this was wrong, then I can cut this back. I'm not bothered about that. But if this is wrong, I can't cut it. Well, I can and put a coupler, but then defeat the object of bending. So what you do, yeah, you always put the bent side, this side of the former, the guide, I don't know what you call that, but you always put the bent side this side, yeah, and then same thing. Let's flip this around, and then measure again 5 centimeters back, so you can see from there 5 centimeters back, go all the way around, so from there 5 centimeters back. Now I can put that in on my line, which is there. Now I've got to figure out what way this bend was going to go, and if I have a look in my diagram, it looks a bit weird to you guys, but it goes from here, and then it came across the wall. Yeah, so it went across, and then across the wall. And then I can verify that just by looking at my photo. It goes up, and then across the wall towards me. Yeah, so I want to do the same thing, I want to replicate the same thing here. So if I get this, I put it there. Now if this was going there, bend, that would go down, so I don't want that. If it was going there, because at the minute it's coming from here across, it would go backwards, yeah, which is not what I want. I want it to go up basically, yeah. So again, that would go across the wall and down. So then if I flip it this way, that's basically where I want it. Because then if I bend it now, it will go across the wall and then up. That's exactly how I want it, yeah? So I want it to go up. Now I've got the orientation of the direction I want it. I need to put it on, make sure that stays on that line there, which is about there. Now you need to make sure that this is straight. Yeah, come here, Count Curtis, look behind my ear type of thing, yeah, give them my perspective, yeah, how I'm looking at it, or whatever you call it. So from there, so making sure it's straight, I know that's slightly bent, that's slightly over. I need to get this as straight as I can. If this ain't straight, then the whole thing is off. So take your time doing this, making sure it's straight. Have a look at it sideways. Have a look at it from here. Yeah, so that's straight enough for me. And again, make sure when you're doing this that it's going to be right. So you can see there, it's going across the wall and it's then going to go straight up. And that's exactly how I want it. Making sure the whole thing's straight. Okay, let's go. Bismillah. So that's a 90 done. So if you have a look, it's going across and then straight up. Yeah? So at the minute that bend's done. You can test to see if it's straight by putting it on the floor. And you can see if this pipe is straight or not. That's straight enough for me. Okay, so that's done. So now, put this back onto the floor, and if you look at my other measurement that I've done here, the crossover needs to start at 51. This is where it gets a bit tricky, guys, yeah? But if you don't try it, you're not going to get. So this could go terribly wrong. or it could be alright. If it does go wrong, I'll just coupler it and do it again. I'm not bothered. But this is how you get better at things like this. You just got to take that chance. So I said 51 from the center. So if I get that there, and if I go here, 51 from the center, make sure it's right. Yeah. So that's sorted. So what I want now is that to come here. I want that to kick out. So I basically want the pipe to go, I want it to kick out, around, and then up. So what I'm going to do, I'm literally going to bend this pipe out. So if I could grab it like that and bend it down, is what I'm going to do, yeah? Right in the middle of this. So again, the bent side that you've already worked on goes on this side. Yeah, so remember that. Then I've realised with these bends, I don't know how it is, but this is just my thing. Now if I put this line here, see this here, that's going to be the start of the bend. That's when the bend is going to start bending, yeah? And if I put it here, that's where the pipe will end up. So I'm going to put it in the middle. That's what I usually put it. Who's ringing me? Random number. One second. Hello, plumbing doctors. Back to the bending, but you know what, let me just tell you, I just had a phone call, as you know, yeah? So I had a phone call from a customer, and he's gone, I need a pump fitting on my boiler. I said, alright, what for? What do you need a pump fitting on your boiler for? Oh, because I'm not getting enough water. So when two or three people open a tap, the pressure's going really down. Done my research on Google, and I need a pump. And the combis are not designed for 2 or 3 people to be using at the same time. No, I know that, mate, yeah, but I just need a pump to sort it out. I goes, nah, that's not what you need. You don't need a pump to sort it out. You physically need more water. But at the end of the day, the moral of the story is, these idiots that give you a call, and they don't know what they're on about, and then they're adamant that they know what they're on about. Yeah, so, anyway, forget that. And then if you went there, fitted this pump, and it didn't work, you know, who would, what would happen? Would he pay you, or wouldn't he pay you? Exactly. So, okay, let's go back to this. So, I'm going to put this kind of in the middle, yeah, so not at the full 90 where I usually put it, and I'm not going to put it at the start of the bend, so I'm just going to put it in the middle, yeah. This is what I've found, that's where the middle of the, but whenever I do any type of crossovers or whatever, that's where the bend kind of starts, so hopefully that'll be in the middle of that bend, yeah. So once I've got that, again, I need to see, is this going to be the right way? So this is the tricky bit with these ones. So if you imagine the pipe is going across the wall, yeah, and then it's going to go backwards, so it needs to be the other way. So if it went that way, yeah, then it would bend out, is what I need. So yeah, Curtis is right. So then again, so now I know the orientation. I know that the pipe's going across the wall, up, and then it's gonna hit that pipe right here. So before obviously it hits that pipe, I want it to bend out, and then I want it to bend back in. Yeah, so that's right. So then again, I just need to make sure that's straight. And I'm just going to literally grab it from here. Use straight surfaces like, you know, the top of a door, top of a brick wall or something like that. Slabs or stuff like that. Just get that straight, and then make sure this handle is then straight. That's what I do. And then look at it from different angles. Yeah. That seems straight. Oh, it's bent now because I've been moving it around. It's gone bent. Okay, so that seems straight. So again, I'm just going to get that in here. And again, this is the trickier bit. I'm not, like I said, a master bender. I'm not a master bender, mate. So I'm not that great at this. But what I'm going to do, I'm just going to bend it slightly. So it's I would say like a 45 if you look at what I've bent. So that's straight. You can see there it's about 45, yeah. So I bent about 45 there. Sand. So then what I'm going to do, I'm going to put this, now I'm going to try to flatten it out, yeah? Put it back in, here, and then now I just want to flatten it back out. So I want it to just flatten back out. So I've bent that there, put that back in the bender, go all the way back up, straighten it, get my gap between it, which I'm happy with. Make sure again that the whole thing is straight. You little rascal. Trying to get it on my knee. And again, I'm not used to this bender. The bender I usually use was the old school benders that everybody else uses, yeah? I've just recently started using this because I do think it's better, and I just want to get good at it for you guys, yeah? So I can give you like a good review on it. But anyway, so that again is straight enough for me. So I'm just going to bend this now. That's wrong. That's wrong. We've bent it the wrong way. Can you see? So, can you see it goes up? And now it goes back into the wall. And it's going up. It should have been the other way around. Yeah, it should have been the other way. Anyway, what we'll do, we'll carry the bend on anyway. You can see it's wrong because it's gone up and it's gone back into the wall where it should have went out this way and then that way there. But that is what it is. Let's just carry on with the bend, and then what I'll do, I'll see if I can just couple of that, turn it around and make it work. Moral of the story, never listen to The Apprentice.
No, I think you flipped it around.
What, when I was doing it? When I was making it straight?
Yeah, because it's the opposite side.
Yeah. We'll see, mate. The video never lies. The video never lies. Either way, I'll finish it off. So we get that about there. Again, make sure that is straight. And with this one, you've just got to match that part there. So I've got to match that part there to get it straight. That looks fucked. What I've done there is that bend was further back there, so I should have put the bend there. It should have been here, so that was another mistake I've just made. Let's see if I can save that one. That's fucked. So I failed here, yeah. As you guys can see, I'm not going to bend anymore because then I'll just mess it all up. But you can see that first bend went fine. This was the harder bit for me here. This way, you can see where I've put it. I've actually managed to bend it exactly where I wanted to bend it. But the issue was I bent it on the wrong way. And then the other issue that I had, the other mistake that I made, when I kicked this out, I literally just put it in the bender here and I started bending here. As you can see there, yeah? And then the camera cut off. I should have carried on recording. You would have seen that what I should have done was put it on a wall like this here. You make your mark there, put it back in the bend at the start of the bend, and then bend it back there. And then pull a 90. Now I was going to pull another 91. I have to pull it back out here. But what I'm going to do now, I'm not going to use this just because of this fuck up here. You can see where I've bent it here. I fucked up. So I'm literally just going to cut it out here, redo this again with a 90 on it, and then just use a couple of there. So it's not too bad. I've only wasted this sect here. But yeah, this is how you're going to learn, guys. You're going to make mistakes, cut it out, and start again. Even somebody like me, you see my videos and you think, I know how to bend pipes and stuff like that. Even I make mistakes. I'm not the best at it. I just keep trying and trying, and then I'll just keep going until I get it. So yeah, all right, let's go inside. Let's cut this, and let's do this again. Oh man. That's one bend done. Okay, let's measure. Let's put this in there. We'll measure where that comes up to, and then we'll cut it. And bring that back in. Just keep recording with it. That's it. See, that would have fit. That's a bit long, wasn't it? Yeah. So that would have fit there, fine. And then now, because remember I said you can always cut this bit down here. This is where I messed up. So what I want to do is measure from here to here again, because I'm going to join back onto here now, yeah? So I'm going to measure for about 20 centimeters is where I want to start that bend from. 20 centimeters. Let's do that. So 20 centimeters. Wrong way. Whack that in there. Again, whack it kind of in the middle, not the start of the bend, not on the end of the bend, in the middle. And again, I'm going to go to about where I went last time. It was about 45, like that there. And what I think you're meant to do, you're meant to like mark it now, I think, like that. You get it like this, and then mark it across the floor. Use your flat edge to mark it. What I'll do, I'll flatten it out this way. Mark it there. Who's moved the bin? These guys. You alright? Alright, man. Make sure that this is straight. Again, that's going to be about there. Go a little bit more. About there. There. So that's about there. So if that's straight, then I want my bend to start roughly here. That's going to be straight there. Use this bloody floor as my level. Use this floor as my level there. Whack this bent piece in there. And then that's going to be the start of my bend now, yeah? So I'll put that in there. I'll straighten that up to make sure it's straight. See, this is an issue, this one. There. Whack that in there. Kind of where I want it. Bend it down. Now, just kind of get it where you want it. That's it. I know it's not the best, but look, I managed to do it in the end, yeah? So now, I'm going to pull a 90 as well on it, because I need to pull a 90, so I'm going to measure from the bottom here. See, that was about right. Remember I said about 20 centimeters there. The middle of that bend was about 20. So that's about right. So let's see where it's going to be. So it's about 19.5 is the middle of that bend. Let's go check it out again. 19.5 is the middle. There. So if I put that there, my bend, the middle of the bend is going to be here, 19.5. 20 would have been bang on, but that's fine. And then I want another 90 now at right here, which is going to be about 40. So about 40.5, yeah? 40.5, I want a 90 coming out. So again, let's get it back on here. What did I say? 40.5, which is here. Whack that straight in the bender. Measure back 5 centimeters. Let's hope it will do the job, because sometimes it don't. Okay, that's 5, which is about there. 5 centimeters back. Yeah, that's done. Now I'm not bending it yet, so I'm just putting it in there and just setting it up. So that's in there. Yeah, so if that went like that, that would bend the wrong way now. It would go this in this direction inwards. I don't want it like that, yeah? I want it the opposite direction. So remember, never listen to the apprentice.
The apprentice is right now.
And then let's make sure that this is straight. Again, if this is bent now, the whole 90 is going to look shit. And if it does, then I'm just going to cut it out and put a bloody elbow on it. Because it does frustrate you sometimes. Bending is one of them things, you've got to have a lot of patience here. Okay, so that seems about straight. And let's make sure again. If it goes like that, it comes out towards me, that's fine. Bismillah. Get it out. Slightly over bent, I think. You can always bend it back. Let's see how it is anyway. It's not the best because you can see I messed up there a little bit. But again, I'm just freestyling. I know you can get protractors and rulers and stuff like that, but I just freestyle it and then eventually It works, it don't work. That's how I do it anyway. It's not probably the best method, how all these other plumbers are doing it on YouTube, but it works for me. And I'm just showing you guys that you don't have to be really good to get it. You just got to keep practicing, and then you'll get better at it. Alright, let's see if it works anyway. Okay, so this was the fucked up piece. Alright, let's test it all out. Let's see it all anyway. It'd be good to see what happened. You can stop the video there, and you can. Okay, so my old one, which I had done, would have been like that, and that would have worked. Yeah, you can see it was kind of bang on where it needed to be. But the problem which I did on this one was where I started the bend to bend it back. I should have put it here and bent it back, because you could have seen there, and then pulling a 90 here, I wouldn't have been able to do it anyway. So all the way here, pulling a 90, I wouldn't have been able to do that. So I should have started the bend here, then it would have been better. My new one, which I've done here, you can see it goes there. It passes over the 22mm pipe. We'll have a clip in there with it there, so we'll have a clip here now. We'll have a clip here, and a clip here. And then it would work. But you know what? This needs an isolation valve actually. You can see I've got an isolation valve there. So what I might do, I might cut this down. Instead of putting a coupler there, save my ass, well, just make it look like it was intentional, yeah? By putting the isolation valve here. I put the isolation valve here, and then nobody will ever know that I fucked up. So the moral of the story is, you always fuck up, but you improvise, and you get on with it, yeah? Normally, I probably would have cut the video off, you wouldn't have seen that, and I probably wouldn't have posted it, but I wanted to show you guys that, you know, mistakes happen, and you can still get over it, do you understand what I mean? So now I'm going to put that thingy on anyway. Let's get back to the video of this pipe and all this back up. Here's a Vaillant Turbomax boiler here. Just a quick brief video to show people how to use it, because a lot of people don't know how it works. So here's the hot water temperature. This dictates how hot your hot water gets. This one dictates how hot your central heating gets, the water you're heating. Here's a reset button, which if you ever run out of gas and you get any error codes, you press the reset button. An info button gives you the S codes. This is for an engineer. You don't need to worry about these two buttons either. These are for the engineer. The red light is a lockout to say that you've got a problem. It's always best to press reset, and it should sort it sometimes. If not, call an engineer. The amber light is to show that the burner's on, that the heating is on, the burner's turned on. And the green one is to show that there's a demand for the thingy, for the boiler. Now these controls here, this one means heating's on, as long as the thermostat's calling for heat. This is the heating constantly off. So I would say this is summer mode. So if you turn your thermostat on and it's on here, your heating will not come on. Heating, it has to be on here. This side one here is a timer switch, so the heating will come on with the timer switch. You set the timer switch to whatever time it is in the day, so say it's 9 AM, 10 AM. You pull the tab in. So as you can see, I've pulled the tabs in. Well, you can't really see, it's quite difficult. So it's from here, it's just from 10:30 to 9:30, the heating will come on. And then it will go back off until it goes all the way back around. You literally just pull the tabs in when you want the heating to come on, depending on what time you want the heating to come on. So that's the timer switch. Just a brief. Put it back onto continuous for the customer. This is the pressure gauge, to show you the pressure on the boiler. To increase the pressure, here's the filling loop. You open this valve, allow it to go to 1.5, and then make sure you close the valve, and you close the valve. Vaillant Turbomax, quite an old boiler, great boiler, as long as you get it serviced. Job done. This garden tap right here is going to get installed here. So let me show you the things that I use to fit a garden tap. So you've got the tap, you've got the rod. This is the rod that I use, yeah. The advantage of using this rod is there's no copper outside. It's literally just this plate, which gives it a nice clean finish. Obviously the elbows and T's, which I'm going to solder, a isolation valve, the tools that I'm going to need, impact, SDS, and soldering stuff, and then something to drill that hole. So what Curtis is doing here, he's measuring from that waist there to get the hole to drill. So he's got to figure out, basically we need to know where exactly our pipe's going to go, where we're going to drill, because we want to drill outside in. Outside in. Because if we drill inside out, say coming this way, it basically blows the brick and you get something like this, and we can't basically connect onto it. So you always want to drill outside in. So what he's done, he's come in here, and that waste pipe there, he's basically measured from that waste pipe across to where he wants it, and then he's gone down here, for example, yeah. So that's where the tap's going to go, and then he knows now from outside where to drill. Then what we're going to be doing in here is we're just going to do the easiest job we can. The easiest thing is literally just cut this here, put a T on it, go down, get your isolation valve, and then just go straight out there. Nice and easy, keep it simple, and customers happy with that. If they wanted it anywhere else, then we'd have to deal with this crap that's going on here. But yeah, like I said, this is the easiest thing to do. So we've turned the water off. Water's down there in that corner. Curtis, did you find that thingy?
Yeah.
Let me show them this. So we've got this tool here. It's like a stopcock key, and it's for these situations here when you've got a stopcock in hard to reach areas. Yeah, so you've got this key, you've got a little stopcock up there, and you get it on there, and this thing now will make life really easy. Very handy tool this is. Yeah, so that's sorted. Let's test, see if the water's been switched off. Yeah, water's off. So you figured it out then, yeah? Yeah. Where it's gonna go. Yeah, that's about bang on, isn't it? Where you want it. So that's the reason we measure. So what we did, we measured from here, just to recap, from here to here, and then we went lower. We would have ideally liked to use this hole, but we can't physically get this plate thing onto it, so it wouldn't have secured, so we've had to go lower to do the job. So that there, what size is this bit here? 16. This is a 16, yeah? So let's see if this will fit in there now with a 16. We can get that in. Come on, give it a try. No, it's not going in. So do the drill bit again. Get it up and down and get it. Nice and easy. So now that's in, let's make sure it's where we want it. Yeah, so that's perfect where we want it. So we leave that exactly how it is there now. And what we're gonna do is secure it in. Don't worry about that, I'll show you what to do, Cody. So put it in there and just blow through it. That's it, sorted. So now, easiest thing to do is get your drill. There's no point even taking it off. If you use the right drill bit, which is a 5.5 or 6, you can drill it straight through like that. It may be able to, yeah, I think it'll work. Wait there. So get that nice and straight. The 2 ones at the bottom there. Cut on there. That's it. And drill the pin. Just putting the garden tap on. Now I like to use this liquid PTFE from Screwfix. Whack a little bit of that on there. So it will stay loose for a while, and then eventually it will set. So right now it's really loose, yeah, so I can go the whole way, and you can see obviously. I don't know why they do that, but anyway, let's get it there. Just leave it where we want it. Make sure it's nice and straight. So that's where we want it there. So we'll leave that now as it is. We've blown through it, so there's no shit in there. Now we've got to focus on cutting this down. Another thing as well, whenever you're fitting these taps, this guy's already pulled the kick on it, so he's already pulled it out. But if the pipe was right next to the wall, then that elbow would have to be in the wall, so I always pull kicks regardless. Come down here, pull a kick, and then straight out, yeah? So isolation valve, and then joint charge. This should be nice and easy now, because the water's been turned off.
So it's all done here. Have a look at Curtis's soldering. Good job. No leaks is what we want. And then again, he's using that tool now, which I was saying, just to make it easier to get access there. Water's going mad. Nice. That's nice. Let's have a look at the chap. See, already it's gone quite stiff now. So after a while it gets stiff on its own thingy. That's sorted. Let's see. Job done.